Okay, but you gotta go up higher.
There we go. Well, that's good.
That's good?
I think that's good.
Alright, this thing's still not working?
All right, welcome to our live. Hopefully you can all hear us.
Keep sorting it out. We'll get it figured
I
out.
know, you should probably have it figured out before people come on.
I can't actually because I can't see the I can't see the view until it's up, basically. So.
Right.
So this is week number 3 in a row where my laptop's not working and hers is. I don't understand it. I got internet,
Is
but
it, or isn't
it tells me I have no internet connections.
Mm.
So my browser says no internet connection, and yet I got my Wi-Fi hooked up, and it says I got an internet connection.
Who knows?
I don't understand. And it's not VPN either because I got that working, and it says it's connected, and that's good.
I don't know. I see
But,
you and hear you. Greetings.
It's annoying. Well, I have a laptop, but it don't work. She actually has a lot of issues with this lately with her stuff as well. Makes it hard to make content and figure stuff out. Online business. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, hello everybody. Nice to see you all. Well, I can't see you actually. That's a lie. Nice to have you with us. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up on the way in here. Maybe we can do something different. Give us a topic. Yeah, shoot it down in the comments there and we can discuss something.
I always like to hear where people are from. I really enjoy
That is cool. But then I just have to spend all afternoon reading. Sometimes I think people might like, yeah, you can have it if you want. People might like to have an actual topic of discussion or something. I don't know. Don't yank it out of the wall there. Wes has been behind the camera. Oh, careful. Messing around with stuff.
That looks pretty good.
Lightning. Awesome. He's trying to snag my laptop.
Look at it.
And he's not having much luck with it. So.
Funny.
Alright, what do we got? Greetings from Georgia from David. Thank you. Sasquatch, I see and hear you. Well, that's great. Even from here in Canada. Greetings from America. Switzerland says hi. Charlie Kirk. We did talk about him a little bit last week. It's still a shame. And I'm still unclear exactly what happened there. I don't know. Well, obviously he got shot. I know that. But there seems to be some discrepancy on some stuff there. We'll let time take care of that. But it is a call for everybody that we need to do more. And us included, actually. I've been evaluating that ever since he got shot. Like, I feel that we did the right choice in taking our family out of the West, bring them here where it's safer. But then a guy like Charlie, maybe he would have took his family out too. I don't know. But anyway, he ended up dying for his beliefs right there on the soil. And it's just something to think about, you know? Would we be better off to have stayed and tried to make a difference? I honestly believe that a lot of people on the left are impossible to talk to and that it's beyond fixing, I guess. But maybe that's a bad attitude too. I don't know. It's food for thought.
So hard to know.
Yeah, it just gave me a lot to think of because he spent his entire, life. What is he? 31 years old. He just died. So the last 13 years, trying to have dialogue and just
make a difference.
Open people's eyes, try to make it something we could all do better at, I think. After your last stream, it seemed like you were disillusioned with life in Russia. Is that true? No, I don't think that's true. I think maybe we came here with, I don't know how to word that. We were very optimistic coming here, and I'm still very optimistic. I think Russia has a lot to offer. There's a ton of opportunities. If you're coming, and I've said this many times, you can go back. I'm not changing my opinions, but if you come here as a retiree, or you come here and you get a job, I don't know, engineering or oil field or whatever, pick something, then the immigration process would be pretty simple and pretty smooth. For us, starting a small business, and especially an agricultural business, it's been challenging because there's not too many other people who have done it. And even small farming, it's not like in Canada. I can't, again, if you haven't lived there, anybody that's lived in the West knows what it looks like over there, but they don't always know what it looks like over here. So the whole small farm thing doesn't exist here. It's not here. And people might argue with me. I have lots of Russians to say, that's not true. There's lots here. Not like it is there. It's there might be the odd small farmer, but then we're talking really small.
Yeah, like you have like the village farms almost.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have like industrial size.
Yeah. So are we disillusioned? No, but it is more challenging than we initially thought it would be. And it's still more challenging than I think it should be. And I came here thinking, look, this isn't rocket science. You have cheap land. That's the main obstacle to farming in the West, to successfully farming in the West, is land price. Land price is so expensive in the West, you just almost can't do it. And here the land is cheap, like literally dirt cheap. You can buy a pair of shoes cheaper. No, sorry, you can buy land, an acre of land here, cheaper than a pair of shoes. Like, it's crazy.
What pair of shoes are people buying?
Well, you can buy land for $100 and $150 an acre.
Oh, an acre.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. So I mean, there's lots of shoes that cost more than that. People spend a lot more than that on a lot of things. So the land is cheap, but figuring out how to make a living, like there's no established. And I'm gonna get arguments again from people, but if you haven't lived in the West, please don't argue with me because you have no idea what you're talking about. In the West, we have established markets for all sorts of stuff. All right, buddy. You say Spagoni Nachi.
Spagoni Nachi.
They can't see you. We have established markets for everything. So, like, I have sheep running around outside. There is no market for it. I have to find a market in order to do it. I have to find someone to sell it to. I don't have to do that. I got a good friend of mine has now got, what did he say he's up to? 400 ewes he's got, and he has big demand for his meat, and he doesn't have to market that. He literally just has to call the truck, load them up, and they're gone. And they all go to the auction barn, and they're sold. That opportunity isn't here. And it's not here for cattle. It's not here for goats. It's not here for sheep. It's not here for cows, for pigs, for ducks. It just doesn't exist.
I wonder why. Like, I mean, you were saying today that
communism killed small farms. It turned everything into corporate farms.
Yeah.
And now they're coming back.
I wonder why, like, the market isn't here for even those people. Like there's
no demand. The big agro holdings have control of everything, right?
They also, you've heard that it's cheaper to import.
Depending on what it is, I don't know
like
about
meat.
that, but people
like
do
the
it.
Meat.
Yeah, people are doing it. I don't know if that's got anything. Anyway, long story short, no, we're not disillusioned, but we are waking up to reality that it's going to be a difficult road. And we have no other way of making an income. My skills as a carpenter are not very valuable here compared to what they are in the West. I can't use my skills as a tractor operator because here I have to be licensed for everything. I can't even drive down the road with a tractor. Whereas in Canada, I could quickly start making extra money with my tractor. I can't do that here. So reality sinks in and says, look, you need to make an income, and it's pretty complicated to do that with a farm. It can be done, of course. It just takes time. You got to develop markets. You got to find customers yourself. There's no simple route, but that takes time. And I can't fall back on construction or farming to make a decent income because it doesn't pay as well here. So it's just reality, basically. I'm not disillusioned. I still think Russia is an amazing place to live, and I believe Russia is heading in an amazing direction. I hope whoever asked the comment is still on. I believe Russia is definitely poised to just explode with growth in the future. It's a great place to be, but it has challenges. It's probably people are going to argue with this again too, but to me, I see it as a developing economy. It's got a long way to go, but it's headed in the direction that I want to go. Versus the West, it may be developed, but it's crashing, if that makes any sense. Where are we?
I don't know.
Oh, right there. Hello from San Diego, Moscow, Bracebridge, Ontario. Your screen's froze. I hope not anymore. Murmansk. That's a long ways up. St. Thomas, Canada here. Love your channel, seeing your kids happy and growing. Thank you. The glorious city of Oriel sends you rays of kindness and support. Av Kebab, you could get organic certification and sell canned meat via Vito, both as a form as support and as useful product. They don't have very good meat in Russia. How would that work? We'd have to set up our own canning business of some kind, I guess. I would like to eventually set up our own abattoir where we're butchering our own meat, whether lamb, beef, pork, chicken, whatever it might be. We have talked about canning stuff before because, like a lot of guys in the West as well, when they're preserving, we use glass jars, but there are people who buy literally a can like the metal canning equipment to can food. So I've never considered doing meat, but you could for sure. Canned meat seems to be a thing here. Charlie's death had brought many Christians out of the woodwork, speaking their truth about Jesus. Yep. And I think we should do more of that. I was discussing that with my daughter this week as well, how it's our own fault. A lot of conservative Christians have just been keeping their head down. It'll go away. We'll just ignore it. And it's not going away. The left and educate people and tell people the truth about Jesus and their need for salvation. Preach it. Tell it. Not in your face like rude, but we need to try to make a difference in this world somehow. Aaron works this year a little bit less harder than previous. Supposedly, it's no need to work so hard. Well,
maybe they're implying that you don't have to work as hard this year.
Well, all the building's done. It's just less visible work, but we're still working.
Yeah, I have to work more.
Ray, hello, greetings from Sochi. Sasquatch, a topic from me, and I may have missed it, but your new guests in the side house speak Russian fairly well. Are they helping you guys to learn also? Nah, other than a few words here and there, no, we're not. David, you are true pioneers. Thank you. Siberia is watching you. Bad name. We hope that you will succeed, that your products will be in demand, and that you will have success in your development. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We hope this as well. In order to join us on YouTube, do you require to use a VPN in Russia? Yes. Opposition. Russians prefer to make huge farms that produce a couple of products instead of produce meat and milk and etc. And I don't know the reason. Well, it's left over from communism. Actually, if you look into it, prior to the communist times, there was a lot of small farms around. But the same thing's happening in the West. If you are awake and pay attention to it, small farms are under attack in the West. As it goes to more and more control in the West, they are trying to get rid of the small farmers. Look at Europe. They're suffocating small farms with regulations, rules, taxes, making it harder and harder and harder to successfully run a small farm, and over-regulating things in the name of safety or whatever it might be. They are trying to crush the small farms, and the big farms just keep taking over because they can handle these regulations a lot better. And so the same thing happened in communist times. Now they have deregulated some stuff, and I think they need to deregulate a lot more, because if you want the middle class is a backbone of society and is a sign of a healthy society. And if you eliminate the middle class, then all you have left is a top few rich people and a whole bunch of poor people. And those top rich people will then control the little people. And the middle class prevents that from happening. So a healthy society needs a big, fat middle class. And in order to do that, you need the opportunity for the middle class to thrive, for entrepreneurs to be able to make money, for people to put some risk in, some money in, and get a return. And the best way of doing that is to deregulate. Get the government's nose out of business, deregulate, cut some red tape. You still need some safety, but don't overdo it. Let people thrive, let people conduct business. So, and I think they have done that here, and I think continued work needs to happen. Okay, I'm in Winterpeg. Perhaps you know where I mean from one collect to another. Yes, I do. Perpetual winter over there. If so, maybe there's an issue there with laptop. My laptop. I'm on my wife's now. Works good. Your family is balsam to my soul, knowing that somewhere in the world normal families still exist. God bless you. Father Thomas. Thank you very much. You know, we don't feel like that. We feel just normal people, and we have flaws. We have ups and downs. Yeah, but it's nice to hear the comments. You sell animals to big processing plants. They are called Miasa Combinat. Oh, I'm in Winterpeg, or that one. Good evening, foreigners. Mad Max. Yes, I too think here in Canada is beyond fixing. Sadly, the country in which I have grown up is gone. Yeah, and I agree with you, but then I also share in the blame because I didn't do enough. Neither did you, maybe. I don't know you, I guess, but maybe. But all of us, I think, could have done better in trying to reach people, trying to have dialogue, constructive dialogue that could maybe change people's viewpoints and make a difference one way or another. I think if people are laid out with the facts, then maybe we could change the direction of the country. Is it too late now? I tend to think it is, but it's kind of pessimistic. Maybe it's not. You can try to become VKsville supplier. What is that? Also, for others, you can also rent agricultural land in Russia from the government for cents. Around Moscow, it's no more than a few USD per hectare a year. Yep, very true. And that's what creates amazing opportunities. So you can have dirt cheap land. You can buy it, or you can rent it. You can lease it. You get some really good long leases as well if you're concerned about that. I wouldn't want to build too much infrastructure. I mean buildings and stuff on leased land, because I mean at the end of the day it's not yours, of course. But you know, the possibilities are there with cheap land. That's the main thing you need for farming. Now you need to find something to farm that makes money. So right now dairy is a good thing to get into. Of course, it still costs money, but there is some income there. The other stuff, yeah, there's just no real established market, so it's a little bit harder to market your products. Hi Canadians, I salute you. Sorry earlier from the Canadians now. I salute you. Sorry earlier from the Canadians now. You're the Russians. I'm an Iraqi Algerian Christian. When will you? What?
I don't know.
That comment don't make any sense. All right, I got to read through a few quick here. Moscow is watching you. Greetings from Glasgow. And as an individual, you don't have to meet veterinarian requirements. Whole different story for organization. On Avito, it's just one click to sell. Well, I'm going to disregard that. I've got a ton of advice from a ton of different people. All seems to be wrong. I'm going to get my advice directly from the veterinarian authority locally here. Those are the guys I got to deal with when something goes wrong. And they tell me a different story. Feed the watermelons to the animals on your farm. Post a video of that tomorrow. Greetings. May God bless you and protect your children. My relative is convinced that there is also GMO in Russia. We just don't know about that. I'm convinced that it's not true. Me and my husband argued today with him about it.
Sure.
It's not supposed to be here, but...
No, they're not supposed to grow it here. Like, as far as I know, the seeds are not GMO, and
so you think
the
they buy it
product
in?
is not here, but I'm pretty sure they bring other products in
Yeah.
that they have no regard, they have no
It's
idea
possible.
what it's being done with.
No offense to you Americans, but it's pretty sneaky marketing over there, because a lot of things goes in food that shouldn't be in food. And it's labeled as, you know, made with organic products or something, but it only has like 5% organic products and the rest is not organic, but it's still made with organic product. It's false advertising. A lot of that does happen. Canada has better controls.
But I think, yeah, because they bring a lot of their food in
from other countries. Yeah, it's possible. I
How
don't
do
know.
they regulate those?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm not good at writing. Okay. Greetings from Bellefonte, PA. Raised between Amish farms, American-born Russian. You have my respect. Living in Russia, I'd love to come back there. Oh, it's a gorgeous country. Loads of opportunities. It's nice. Hey, Aaron, do you see yourself in Russian politics representing voices of farmers? No. No. As much as I enjoy politics, I don't think I'd enjoy being a politician. And also, I need to speak Russian. I would like to meet more. I'd like to travel more and meet more Russian farmers. I really would like to do more of that. One downside, we've talked about that before, you know, if we weren't engaged, or if we weren't trying so hard to be farmers, we would have more opportunity to travel and visit other farmers and learn. So I don't know, maybe that's something down the road. I don't know. Good evening. Is there digital currency plus normal money in Russia? In Europe, they want to abolish normal currency. Then everybody can easily be demonetized. I have heard people talking about that. Russia has a digital ruble that they're working on. I personally don't know. I just had somebody telling me about that. I don't know myself. But it seems like everybody's going that way, make for a lot more control in government's hands. I know Canada's talked about that as well. Where that goes, I don't know. I think there'll always be barter. I don't think you can stop it. People in Canada would just barter with each other for products. At least some people would. You know, I have eggs, you got butter, that kind of thing. And here in Russia, a lot of that happens already. Anyway, it's there's a lot of bartering and things going on. So I don't know. Hard to say. Good evening from Tuscany. Hello, USSR collectivism killed farming. It restoring, but slowly. You are facing a mountain of stupid rules dating 100+ years that desperately need reform. The one who walks will go through. Yes, that's what he just said. That's the exact thing that I'm learning and hearing everywhere. And it's just a mountain of stuff to figure out. It makes it very difficult and challenging. And of course, the one who walks will master the road, yes, but he also needs to not run out of money before he's done walking. And if we can't figure it out and can't start earning an income, and again, I can't fall back on construction, I can't fall back on using my tractor to make money, not in a decent scale, then I'm pretty limited, right? So once we run out of money, then it's game over. It's done. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we can find a way to make some money. Yes, Maran, West is so bad. You are right. President Putin has been to your oblast twice this month. It would be nice if he came to visit you next week. Yes, I know. We said the same thing. We're like, hey, man, he's so close. The boss is here.
Just drove right by us.
Yeah. We should have stood on the road and waved him in. Come for a coffee.
I'm sure he flew over.
Could you imagine, though, if he popped in?
I'm sure he flew over because we had some flyovers, helicopters.
That would be neat, though, if unannounced, all of a sudden, like, who is here, right?
I would, be very...
All the security guys, who you get rubber guys with.
Driving in the lane.
That'd be wild. It would be an honor. We'd have to, quick clean up, because I'm sure there's a mess somewhere. Ray, your example is so inspiring for us. You are very hardworking. Thank you that you made a channel. We believe that we also could succeed in farming. Thank you very much. We've actually had a channel for
6 years,
long before coming to Russia, but
thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you very much.
Supporting it.
Peter, hi, Alina. Today subtitles are unavailable even on Yandex. They're never available on live, as far as I know. God bless from Yalta. Have you ever thought about raising sheep and exporting them to Islamic countries every year for Eid al-Adha? Having close proximity to Muslim countries is a huge asset if you're going to sell sheep and goat. Yes, I have thought of that. In Canada, I don't have to think about that. I just know that it exists, and the more Muslims they bring in, the more demand there is for sheep. And I just have to bring them to a sales barn and they sell it. Here, I still have to find that guy to sell it to, which again is what I was saying. It creates much more difficulty in doing it. And then you have vet certificates needed before you can ship them, and even permissions to ship them. They're not allowed to leave this region without veterinarian approval. And there's good reason for that. That is meant to prevent the spreads of diseases, but it does again create a lot more challenges and difficulties. You can't just ship whatever you want whenever you want. Mike, these are Romanov sheep. They produce lambs all year round and they have excellent meat and wool, and you want to slaughter them for a holiday? Let me introduce myself. I am 26 years old from Morocco. I am not Arab. I am Amazigh. I am really impressed that you are looking for a better place for your family. Russia is good for farms. Yes, it is. Good evening, everyone. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to see you. Mike, Alina, they will be available as always in due course. Pavel, friend, hi. They were preparing to release the digital crypto ruble, which will probably replace today's online banking eventually. I'm not sure if they plan to get rid of cash, though. Well, it's probably inevitable eventually. I mean, it costs a lot of money to make money, believe it or not, to actually print the money. So if they can eliminate that by having it all digital, and the vast majority of people use a card, not cash. Old people still use cash, but most of the young people are now paying with their phone or paying with their card, right? So the more people that catch on to that, the less there is a need for actual cash. And I think there's a very good chance it will disappear. I don't know if we can lower this or what. Is that better or worse? I feel like the lighting's terrible today.
I think it's fine. Stop fiddling.
Fiddle.
We got our first super chat.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you very much. See, and it was right after I changed the lighting.
Mm-hmm.
It must have been the lighting. Don't you think?
It was here before that.
Nah, I don't know. I think it's because of the lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Friend, hi, €25 super chat. Happy Sunday. Have a nice week. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That always helps. Do you grow gooseberries? No idea. Do we grow gooseberries?
No.
That's Saskatchewan, isn't it? Gooseberry? Oh, they have a...
Have them.
And when you try to go mushroom picking, it would be a super release. Can any of your friends show you the basics? Yeah, our Max and Katja are good friends of ours. They were going to show us. We just never got around to it. This summer kind of got away from us. So right now we're busy trying to get everything ready for winter, which is soon coming. So no, I don't think we'll be doing much mushroom picking. What do you got here? You're moving around, but it doesn't matter because all countries are preparing something similar. So escaping Europe won't help you avoid it. That's true. Hello, if your drinking water comes only from a well, then when you need a lot of water, you could run dry. Boiling water could be dirtier without time to settle. Why not use a buffer tank?
We thought about it.
Yep. Good. Oh, well, thanks. Then I don't come.
No idea.
Akbar, yes, Romanian sheep are also good, but business is business. Most customers care about price than quality. I'm sure the sheep imported from Russia will be good too. I don't understand. I don't know English. Just tell me whether you dug up the potatoes or not. Some of them. We're not done. We dug up a bunch of them. Pretty small crop. Part of that, of course, is because the weeding wasn't done. It got started and then quit. We had a lady working for us, and then she moved shortly after seeding. So we planted a pretty big garden, counting on her help. And then we had the other Canadian family as well. We were hoping they were going to stick around. They moved farther away. Understandable. They found a house that was cheaper for them. So we're kind of short on labor and a lot of work, and not everything got done as well as it could have, which is part of the reason why the potatoes didn't do so well.
Yep.
But we still got lots of potatoes.
Yeah.
Who told you meat in Russia is bad? Silly question. Do you have a favorite cheese you like locally? Mine is Circassian, which is popular at the Caucasus. No.
We are definitely not European when it comes to cheese.
Yeah, Europeans really love their cheeses.
We are definitely Western. And we are cheap cheese type people.
Yeah, I just like my cheap cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
Which I haven't really found a good cheddar cheese yet.
I found one in the Metro.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that one's
But I feel like the flavor of that cheap cheese is what we're used to, and that's kind of what we stick to. That and cheese can be very expensive, and to buy anything like a big wheel of cheese or something like that would be way out of our budget for a large family.
A lot of people wonder how you can afford to have a large family. Well, it's by living without some stuff. We just don't buy the all the fancies and trimmints. Yeah. So no, we don't really have a favorite cheese. Arend, do you planning to open an agro-tourism? If it's going to true, then we will visit our farm with my family.
Yes, we're thinking about it.
Yes, we would definitely like to, and that would also help with the income aspect. Have to build the cabins, of course. That will take some time. Next year. I think we're done building for this year. We're going to get everything finished up, ready for winter, and then we'll take the winter off, and then in the spring we will hit the road running. See what we come up with. No matter what happens, God is with you always. The income will come to you in abundance when you least expect it. Very true. Thank you. Or I hope it's true. Mad Max, could you have more time to study Russian after you harvest during the winter snow? I think so. Yeah. I have some plans in mind for winter, though. I will let you know soon. Hello from California. Hello, everyone. Thanks, guys, for your support. Do you plan to dig a small 10 by 10 meter pond for geese and ducks? Small 10 by 10 meter. That's a big pond.
I'm thinking of putting a pond in.
We are planning on digging a pond. I don't know how deep it'll be yet. I have plans for one here. I explained to Anneesa what I was thinking, and she approved. So I think we're going to do it. It'll be in the pasture so the kids can't accidentally fall in. That's always what she's concerned with. The kids might fall in. Somebody gets hurt, drowns. So I think we found a spot that we can agree on, and it'll look nice when people come in. They can come and see them. Maybe next year. Any updates on siding? Oh, did I miss one? Perhaps a new body of laws and regulations need to be created just for family farms like yours, separate from the laws for the big corp farms. 100%. I think so. And maybe they will. I don't know. I don't know how much demand there is for that. I have no idea. But there is a drastic difference between corporate farms and family farms and how things are conducted, how things are done. Anytime you keep a large amount of animals in confinement, you're going to run into problems with disease and it's just natural. I mean, you have a whole bunch of animals crammed into a small environment, bad air, living on their manure. You're going to have problems. And, even our animals here being on grass, they're separated, they get fresh air, they get green grass to eat. It's a whole lot healthier.
I think with family farms too, the care of the animal is totally different, right? Like as we were processing the sheep the other day, I right away think of the stress of the animal, and some of these big corporations too, but it's not their livelihood. Like when I was growing up as a child, I knew that if those calves didn't survive, right, we didn't have our money to pay our taxes that year.
Yeah, there's a chance of losing the farm.
Yeah, if we knew that we had to take care of the animals. We had to feed them and make sure that everything was taken care of. So you treated them so much differently. Like you treated them more respectful. And I found that when we were running the sheep, I was right away, as I was holding a sheep, I'm rubbing its face and I'm giving it comfort, telling it's okay. I don't want the animal to die of stress, because that's my livelihood, right? So it's totally different thought process when it comes to family farms versus
a lot of people working at a corporate farm. It's just a job.
It's just a job, right? Even the owner doesn't really have the connection with the animals that you and I potentially would, right? It's just a whole different life.
And that's what we've grown up with as well. So all the farmers, all of our neighbors, all of them were family farmers. Right. No matter which direction you drove down the road, there's another farm, another family, another mom and a dad with a bunch of kids trying to make a living on a farm.
Yeah. Cows get out. Somebody jumped out of their car. Everybody was out there helping neighbors get the
good way to beat your neighbors.
Yeah, and cows in or get.
Hey, Bill, is that yours? Yeah, new bull I just bought last week.
Yeah, I feel like it's become disconnected because more and more big industrial sized farms are coming in, and nobody really helps each other.
And when we're talking small farms, we're not talking, tiny little backyards. We're talking like 40 hectares, 80 hectares, that size. Yeah. I think I'd skip down a bunch, roll back up. No, perfect, we're right there. Any updates on siding, top part of your house? I was hoping to get that done a long time ago. This week, I had hopes to get a lot of work done this week, but it was pretty slow going. We're going to try harder this week.
Rome was not built in
Yeah, we're working on siding on the bunkie right now, so videos will be in a week probably or something for that. And I'm hoping we can get that wrapped up and get the main house wrapped up as well this week for sure. Plus a whole whack of other projects. One problem is we all like to socialize, so we are tending to spend too much time talking to each other right now. And it's like, okay, duct tape, we need to work. But we'll work a little harder on it this week. We'll get that siding done for you soon. Hey guys, fellow Canadian here. How much do you figure setting up some kind of cannery, potato chip production, packaging, etc. would cost? Cool idea, because the potato chips in this country are terrible. The flavors are just nasty. I found one that I really like now. I like a bit of spice to my chip, and I find a lot of the things here are just meh. And they're all sour cream and onion. Seems that's the only option. That
I
and
love
paprika.
their sour cream.
Yeah, sour cream, onion, and paprika is like the main chips here, but
yeah,
not together. Sour cream and onion, and then paprika. But
no, they got like fish ones too.
oh, I haven't even tried those. Anything with fish on the bag, I'm not. I don't want chips and fish. That's just gross.
And they have pickled ones. No, sorry, cucumber ones.
Oh, and they actually taste like a cucumber.
A cucumber. It doesn't taste like a dill pickle. It tastes like a cucumber.
I'm not picking on anybody, but even when we went down to the United States, they get terrible types of chips.
That is hot. They love spicy.
Everything's chili.
Hot stuff.
Not just those like are chili. The jalapeno peppers, those ones, not chili.
Fire.
Yeah, like super spicy.
Everywhere. It's like seriously, why couldn't they have just a normal?
Well, admittedly, that coast is all like Mexican people, so they like spicy stuff.
I don't know how they're still like. How's their blood pressure not like through?
If you're from Canada here, which a bunch of you are, you should be familiar with like all dressed and ketchup chips and salt and vinegar and barbecue. Like we got some good flavored chips in Canada.
I know, but that's why everybody's so fat.
Well, Americans are pretty fat too. There's a lot of fat people in the USA. Yeah.
This is true.
And it's coming here. There's a lot of chocolate getting consumed over here. They have good chocolate here. You come here, you're going to become addicted to chocolate. I've never seen a country with so much. I don't travel a lot, but I've been, Canada, Canada, and the States. But like the confection, that's what we call it, right? Confectionery. The candy aisle and chocolate aisle is massive here. Yeah. So another 10 years, pharmacy aisle will probably be pretty big too for all the diabetic people. There's lots of chocolate here, yeah. All right, where were we? You're welcome. How do people in California know Russian? Did you know in California there's actually Russian, what do you call it, village settlement, I guess, like really old in California because Russians were there long time ago, fur trading. So the western seaboard coastline and Russia have a long history. Maybe you didn't know that.
That's how they got there then.
And there's still tons of Russians living there. Oregon, Washington, California, loads of Russians. Mad Max, they have a lady lawmaker contacts. Maybe consider contacting her. Not sure. Ukrainian with Russian soul. BB Bodidoo. Did the Ram get a name yet? I named him Dodge. Just because, I don't know. Why not?
Can't dodge them.
Ram them. Green gooseberries look like small watermelons. Ah, yes. I ate them then. Who gave me one of those? They look like little mini watermelons. Yeah. I don't think we have them growing here.
No, not in our land. But
I can't remember where I ate them.
Somebody's village house. It's the only place.
Children love eating them because they are large and sweet and sour. Red ones are sweet. Yeah, the ones I had were kind of sour.
I don't think I've ever had sweet ones.
No, I had sour ones, but they were pretty yummy. I think it was sour, but not real bad. Did you have a pal in Canada? Yes, I did. I had 3 rifles and a shotgun. Hello, my friends from Spokane, I think, isn't it? Spokane. Anyway, from Washington. Hello, Christine.
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
Would be great if we could travel easy to Russia and learn from you. So much to learn. Also English and songs. Lovely greetings from Germany. Bless you and love yours all. You can travel to Russia much easier from Germany than you can from Canada. And there's lots of Germans here, actually. There's a lot of German history and culture here in Russia. 18 acres is 7 hectares. Yeah, approximately. You got to times it by 2.4. So that would be 14 and about 6. So yeah, close to that. They're streaming for their Canadians, I guess. Who's streaming for Canadians? Yeah, at least now.
They're talking about English. I want
to watch it, but I don't know English. Well, that's a good chance to learn. Andrew, hi. I would like to join a farming commune. Would you? Would you like to join a farming commune? Depends on what that means. Like if I have to live in a compound with a bunch of other people, no, not really.
Like a Hutterite?
Like a Hutterite colony? No. I like living on my own. But I think it's something we miss here, I guess. You don't have this place even. There's other farmers on the road or down the corner. Story, you talk about the same issues you have. Maybe you need a hand, maybe you need to borrow a tractor or something. Those are options that are available when you have farming neighbors. And here I'm the only guy with the tractor, I don't know, within 15 minutes around us, I think. So there is no other small farmers. So that is a culture shock, I guess, in a way. And you can't, like again, in Canada, your neighbor would have kids. So if you need to go away, you can ask one of his kids to look after your farm because that kid has looked after his own farm. He's grew up on a farm. He knows what to do. And that also is not an option here. There's no farm kids. They just don't exist here. And kids it seems to be frowned upon that they work because they all have to not work and play on video games or something. So that is also a bit of an issue.
Or go to school.
That's a growing issue in the West too. Yeah, or go to school until they're 18 or 20 and then get a job. Whereas farm kids would work beside their mom and dad from the time they can start walking, carrying a pail or feeding a calf.
Yeah, go to school too, some of them, and then after school you'd have chores and you'd have responsibility.
We used to have to milk my sister and I when I was like 13, 14. We'd get up every morning, milk the cows before school, go off to school. After school, we'd have to do chores again. It's just part of life. And that, again, it's a culture shock. It just doesn't exist here. So it's not like you can call your neighbor and say, hey, can you send your son down and help with haying this for a couple of days next week or something. There's nobody to call. Check them out on Russian platforms. You'll find them under the video. I hope everything is fine with them in Russia. Who are we talking to?
I don't know. They're talking amongst themselves.
Oh, okay. There are enough problems. Sanya, I don't know any languages either, and it's too late to learn. Okay, how many acres did you guys purchase with your land, and how much does an acre cost over there? We have 280 acres here. What is it worth again? I can't remember. I need my phone.
Just take a guess.
You can, the cheapest, like, I can't remember what we paid exactly, but the cheapest land here you can get is like 150 US an acre, and up from the acre, not hectare, and anywhere from there to 500. Between that range, you'll find some pretty decent, nice land, which is not very much compared to Western prices. That's cleared land, not bush. Greetings from Arizona. Is there any business in working with large agro holdings in Russia? Things like growing cattle for them. Yes, actually. So we had a meeting with a guy shortly after coming here. I had talked to him already on the phone. He was interested in having someone raise heifers. They have an issue with that here, or at least this looking for somebody basically would raise heifers for him, and then he would buy the heifers back again into his farm. So yeah, and I think other guys would definitely be interested in that as well. And I think that's an opportunity for sure. I didn't want to. I don't really like raising baby calves much. I mean, a few was okay, but not hundreds and hundreds of them. I'm watching 5 minutes behind, as usual. Your distinction of family versus crop farm matches my perspective exactly. Tremendous value to family farms. Or to corp farms. That makes more sense, yeah. Regarding languages, the best sequence for learning is probably English, Spanish, Arabic, something less common. I thought about learning Spanish as far as that went. Is your, oops, you're down too far.
I know they're coming in.
Is conscription not a concern for your children, or are you all worried about the future? All the time. And is conscription, no, not at all. We're not citizens. Well, we won't be citizens for like, I don't know, 6 years, maybe more. And that's going as fast as we can. It's a very long process. And until we're citizens, our children can't be conscripted. Once we are citizens, then they could be conscripted. But conscripts don't go to the war. They go to training, basically. So again, is that a concern? I would be concerned that they learn unchristian behaviors from other people that are conscripted, from other, young men. Young men together often don't behave very properly. So that is a concern for us. Am I concerned otherwise? No, I think it'd be good training and useful. But each child has to make that up on their own. I'm not going to decide that for my children. They have to decide that. I'm not concerned about it. That's the short answer. Now, there is options as well for those who are concerned about it. There is conscientious objectors. What do you call it? Alternative service. That's what it's called. So they could serve in a different capacity. So instead of 1 year conscription, they could serve 2 years in a peaceful way, basically, if they're concerned, like religiously, about fighting. And then also agriculture. There is a shortage of good quality agricultural workers, and so there's also exemptions for that right now. Some people aren't aware of that, but those are 2 exemptions that are possibilities, so you can apply for those. Doesn't mean you'll get them, but again, keep in mind that 1, non-citizens don't get conscripted. 2, conscripts are not going to war. Conscripts are getting training for potentially later conflict. That's a possibility, but they sign up for 1 year. Undervalued, he gets shoved out, and you're left with only corporations who don't really care about your health. It's all about profits then. There's a shareholders meeting, and they want more money, and they don't really care what they stuff into that animal. They just want to make money. But your health is on the line, so please support your local farmers as much as you can, wherever you live. The Plymouth Brothers will be jealous of your naming your ram. We respect all. Big howdy, one and all coming together. Most of all, happy duckies. Archim, thank you. You're relieving great stress for me. Seems to me that in Russia, you can cut down a certain number of cubic meters of forest per year for free.
No.
No idea. We respect you. You are such hard workers. Thank you. Ignat, it is forbidden to cut down trees for free. That's what I thought. Baka, there is a need for laws that govern family farming as opposed to corporate farming. My comment was about a lady lawmaker and an industry connections. Maybe it's good to good idea to connect them or something.
Sorry.
contact them. Hopefully there will be no wars anymore. Well, I think as long as the world's spinning, there will always be wars and rumors of wars. Hello from Bavaria, Germany. Anneesa, did you also grow pumpkins this year? Oh, yeah, we got something coming up for that. The kids have a contest going.
Right.
I can't remember. We just had pumpkin gnocchi. Small pasta made from potatoes. Cheese casserole with some tomato sauce.
Sounds yummy.
Yeah. We enjoy pumpkin. We like pumpkin pumpkin pie's not bad either, but you make pumpkin muffins and stuff. They're pretty good. Pumpkin, what were you gonna say? Stew? Soup. It seems like every 20 cubic meters are free.
No, that's the trees.
You can't just have open season. South Africa gooseberries, which are encased in a pretty paper-thin shell. Inside, it's bright orange with a tart, sweet taste. Interesting. Some comments are getting missed because Anneesa's playing around with the mouse.
I'm still there.
Oh, yeah. I hope there is a good path to be developed in that direction. Firewood is only purchased. It is possible to obtain free timber for personal use, for construction or heating, but only for certain categories of citizens, such as large families and subject to certain conditions.
Yeah, and I think that's only in designated areas. You can't, there's like tons of areas that are protected forests. You can't go into any of those and cut down.
Yeah, there is a lot of what's classed as agricultural land. So former agricultural land that is still zoned as agriculture, but people have basically forgotten about and is full of trees. It wouldn't surprise me if they allowed you to go in there and do that, but I don't know for sure. We need more farmers like you in Russia. Well, thank you, Lucas. We try to encourage more to come. Only you, Sergey, only you can be like that. It was in the news several days ago that several Canadian provinces have decided to succeed from the rest. What's your thoughts on this? I get asked that a lot. So the provinces you're referring to would be Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. I would be 100% supportive of it. And it's long overdue. Unfortunately, the votes are all made in the eastern provinces, and they don't really care about the west. There's too many big cities in the east that are very detached from reality. But will it ever happen? No, I don't think they will actually separate. It would be really shocked if they did. Sergey, what's there to envy? I live by the sea, and the sea is outside my window in Yalta. It's 24 summer today.
Nice.
Sounds nice. I was just told we have 2 more nice days, and then it's going to get cold here.
I'm not sure.
I like 24. Why did we move up here? Why didn't we move to Yalta? Huh? I worked on a logging site for a while, and I am familiar with the law. This is going back and forth here. Red gooseberries are probably better for your children. They are sweet, and judging by the video, they love sweets. This is a favorite berry of all children. Which children don't like sweets? Everybody does. Doesn't mean they're good for the kids, though. You need your own natural food store. It would serve a community hub as well as a market. And anyway, they will give you your own exit when they build the highway. Nah, I doubt it.
No, they don't.
Excuse me. Boostrov. No, I don't think they will. I mean, they can't do that. If everybody wanted that, you'd have exits all over the place. So basically, they have turnarounds every 4. Well, we'll have an exit.
No, 4 kilometers.
So if you're heading south, you can obviously exit off the road onto us, but we can't, when we're leaving here, we can't travel north. We have to travel south first for, 2K? 2 kilometers approximately. This is what we think anyway. And there'll be a turnaround for us to head north. It should be a bit of a nuisance, but I mean, we understand. In short, you can't just cut down a tree. Just seeing things. In the small villages, I know in eastern Russia, there are many small farms, but they only raise enough for themselves and extended family, and they trade some with locals. Yeah, exactly. So to me, that's not really a small farm. It's a really small farm.
They would call that peasants here.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not 40 hectares.
No, it's like only a few.
It's probably like 20 sot or something. I mean, if you got 40 hectares, you got to do more than just raise food for yourself and trade with locals. Like,
right, yeah.
When we're talking small farms, that is their only job. That's what they do. They would be milking 100, 150 cows, 200 cows, or have pigs, or have a broiler barn, maybe raising, 100 100,000 chickens or something. You do that on 40 hectares, and each farm would have its own thing. So dairy is a big thing. My dad had about 80 hectares growing up. We milked 80, 90 cows, something like that. The next farm, he had 40 hectares. He milked, I think, 60 cows or something like that. The next farm was, I'm not sure how many he had. I think he had 80 hectares as well. I don't know what he did, though. He didn't milk. I'm not sure what he did. Anyway, get the point all the way down. It's just farm after farm after farm after farm, both sides of the road. And not like what a lot of people call farms here is a backyard. It's just a house or a dacha with a teeny little yard. That's not a farm. That's just a house.
I would call that a subdivision.
Yeah.
Like we would call that a subdivision in Canada.
Well, I think they're better used here. At least people use, like in Canada, a house like that, they would just have grass, and they would spend.
Yeah, sometimes they'd have chickens on their back.
They spend an awful lot of money mowing grass and
they might have a goat.
fertilizing it. Not very often in subdivision. In town, you're not allowed.
No, not subdivision like that, but like these acreage little
in the country,
little lots.
Yeah, I like it here. You go into the village and everybody's got, I don't know, 5 or 6 fruit trees and little garden plots and raspberries, and it's just gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Bless you. Be healthy. Be healthy. Sorry if I missed your answer. Does your farm tractor have the option of a backhoe attachment to dig that duck pond? I don't have a backhoe attachment. I can't afford to buy one, so I would just dig it with my loader slowly. First rototill.
Have the option to do that.
Well, any tractor does. You just hook it up, bolt it on. Okay. But I would use the rototiller to loosen the soil first, and then I would use my bucket to dig it out. I only need to go a couple feet deep, but that'll be good enough. If I decide to dig something deeper, then I would ask someone to come and do it for us. Thank you for the fence post contact. Great guys. We are in Russia now full time. Awesome. Good for you. I'm glad that worked. I'm surprised by passengers who believe the pipes from Lake Baikal and other news. This is news from the department, one woman said. Where'd that come from? Good evening. We have to go. Good luck, guys. Hello, Brownie. Who did you contact to buy the land? Did you use any helpers, and how much did it cost to register the land in your name? We had help trying to find land. It didn't get us anywhere. Finally, I just looked on Avito and I found land. I contacted the guy. I met him out on the land here. Did we go with all the kids or just you and I?
Just you and I.
Yeah, we went out, we met the guy, we looked at the land.
And then we brought the kids to look.
Yeah, we decided we liked it, talked about the price, brought the kids out later to make sure they liked it. They liked it, so then we agreed to buy it. And then how much did it cost to register it? I have no idea. I mean, as a foreign citizen, you can't register it in your own name. So we had to open a registered Russian business first, an LLC. That took time. Once the LLC was established and the whole charter and everything else that you need for that, once that was done, then we could buy the land through the company, and then we started building on it. Then in order to have a house, then we had to register as a peasant farmer as well. It's a lot of different hoops and jumps. Hopefully one day that'll all be easier as well, but at this point it is a bit of a pain. I understand the filming videos is easier and you can capture a lot, but editing takes a lot of time. But I still want to see you more often, and the kids and the home gatherings and Anneesa's chores. I agree. I keep pushing her to do some more of her stuff, but it's a lot of work. It is.
That and we're in like a different time in our lives, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was a lot easier when I went to Canada because it was like I didn't have all my children, and yeah, we're just different time of our lives.
Busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you for everything you do. You're very inspiring. I hope you can. Now, can you speak in Russian language with Russian people? Broken Russian. My Russian is. I can make myself understandable generally, and I can understand a lot of what's being said. But it's hard to form a sentence. If you're talking to me, let's say the sentence has 8 words, I understand 3 of them, then there's a pretty good chance I know what we're talking about. Okay, and you can practice this in any language basically, or even if somebody's far away and they're talking to you and you're having a hard time hearing it, but you catch 3 or 4 words, you usually know what they're talking about, right? Between hand gestures and pointing, it's easy. But to then form a sentence and bring it back when you only know 2 or 3 words, that's a lot harder. So between broken Russian, broken English, and a lot of people here actually know a fair bit of English. Between that and Google Translate, I make do real good, and I conduct whatever I need to do. I talk to people all the time. But I have a lot of learning to do. As the saying goes, Russia has enough fools to last 100 years. There are people who believe in chemtrails, reptilians, and a flat earth. I love talking about flat earth. I don't really see the whole point. I just think the topic's fascinating. There's like a pile of people that believe we're on a flat earth, and I think it's funny. I don't care if it's round or if it's flat or if it's a triangle. It makes no difference to me. We're still on it, and and life carries on. What do I care what shape it is? Could be a bowl for all I care. It don't make no difference. Dwayne, is there any expectation from the state as to what you need to do with the land, how you're using the land? If 80% is still vacant, is that okay with the state? For a while. I mean, there's literally millions of acres all around us that's not being used. Legally, all agricultural land is supposed to be put into production at some point. So if you're not doing anything with it, then you need to do something with it. But understandably, that takes time, right? So anybody from the government that's been watching us, I don't know what the time frame is, but anybody that's been watching us knows obviously we're not sitting. As soon as we have time, we'll continue developing the rest. Alex, if not mistaken, in one of your